Hi, this is Alex from devstories.eu. BMad method, episode 15 of 15. Never ask a language model to just make something better. Vague requests yield lazy, generic revisions. If you want structural improvements, you need to force the model into a rigid reasoning framework, or better yet, spawn 3 different AI personas and watch them debate the flaws. This is the exact domain of advanced elicitation and party mode. A common trap when refining outputs, like a newly generated product requirements document, is prompting the model to review and improve its own work. Language models are designed to be helpful and agreeable. When you ask for a general improvement, the model will typically alter a few adjectives, restructure a sentence, and hand it back. It will not rewrite the core logic. Advanced elicitation solves this by applying formal, recognized mental models to the AI output. You stop asking for general feedback. Instead, you instruct the model to execute a specific cognitive framework. Take the pre-mortem analysis. You feed your freshly generated requirements document to the model. You instruct it to assume the project has been built, launched, and is an absolute catastrophic failure. The model must then work backward to diagnose exactly what caused the failure, relying only on the current document. Because you constrained the prompt to a specific failure state, the model bypasses its polite guardrails and aggressively hunts for logic gaps. Another powerful framework is inversion. Rather than asking how to make a database migration safe, you ask the model to outline the exact steps required to guarantee maximum data loss during the migration. Named reasoning frameworks yield vastly superior results because they force the model out of its default highly probable text generation paths and into highly specific analytical pathways. Once you identify those guaranteed failures, you have to design the fix. You could ask a single persona to solve the problem, but complex architectural issues require tension. This brings us to party mode. The party mode tool orchestrates a multi-agent group discussion. You are no longer interacting with a single assistant. You configure a virtual room full of specific, specialized personas, hand them the problem, and step back to let them argue. Here is how the logic flows. You launch the party mode tool and define your participants. You might instantiate a senior solutions architect, a paranoid security engineer, and a pragmatic front-end developer. You pass them the vulnerabilities discovered during your pre-mortem analysis. The tool then manages the conversation loop autonomously. The architect proposes a robust, complex fix. The tool passes that output to the security engineer, who attacks the proposal for potential exploit vectors. The tool then passes the context to the developer, who complains about the implementation complexity and suggests a simpler approach. They iterate on these arguments, challenging each other without your intervention until they either reach a consensus or hit a defined turn limit. You get to observe the debate and extract the finalized, battle-tested solution from the transcript. This approach shifts you from acting as a prompt writer to a director of reasoning engines. You use advanced elicitation to systematically break your own ideas, and party mode to engineer the rebuild through synthetic friction. The single most valuable shift in working with language models is realizing that engineered disagreement always produces better technical architecture than immediate polite compliance. As this is the final episode of the series, we highly encourage you to read the official BMad documentation, try orchestrating these debates hands-on, or visit devstories.eu to suggest topics for our next series. I would like to take a moment to thank you for listening. It helps us a lot. Have a great one.